Ladies, MDs, and gentlemen, welcome to the Proton Splat League. It's Season 9, Week 5. A new week, some new matches. For this set, we have the Criminals versus the Inkslingers. A highlighted match. I'm your commentator, Solid Mushroom, but enough about me. Let's beat these teams, shall we? Starting off, we have the Criminals, captained by Butters1235, featuring Piner, Laurie Bunnykins, and Tax Frog. Strong team. Definitely one of the favorites to take home the prize. Meanwhile, on the other side, you know them, you love them, it's the Inkslingers. Captained by Akwalt, featuring King of the Dogs, Zephyr, Leo, Big Mochi, and Zonik. I apologize if I got any of those names wrong. They've been around, I think, since the foundation of the PSL. They're certainly one of the longest running teams. Take a look at the maps and nodes. We have the worst Turf War stage. Once bad, now kind of mid-tier zone stage, Marlin Airport Tower Control, Crab Lake Capital Rainmaker, and Robo Ramen Clam Blitz. And for those who aren't looking at the screen right now, Turf War is Hammerhead Bridge, Splat Zones is Mincemeat Metalworks. I mean, I'm gonna have to go through this tomorrow, so like, you know. It's quite the thing. Let's tab over to the gameplay scene. So I can show you that I have the ultimate support kit. Truly, I am playing to the meta. Looks like we're going to be starting off with Splat Zone's Mincemeat. Even though the mode says Tower Control. I don't know why the mode says Tower Control. Butters, why is the mode Tower Control? Who's thirsty? You can throw that real far. I guess on pencil that's what you want. Oh no, a 10-point special nerf. Whatever is a poor pencil player supposed to do? Alright, looks like everyone is here and accounted for. The mode is still Tower Control. We're gonna see if Butters notices or not. Okay, they did. Good. We're opening with Splat Zone's Mincemeat Metalworks. So, Kat, how do we feel about the Mincemeat rework? kind of mixed on it. Like, it made a mode better than bad. It made a map better than bad, I guess. Can't complain too loudly about mid. Let's get into it. Splat zones, mincemeat metalworks. On the side of the criminals, we have a pencil, we have some Empires, we have a Slosher, and we have a V-Shot. On the side of Inkslingers, we have a Range Blaster, we have a Flingza, we have an Aerospray, and we have a V-Shot. Some interesting approaches. It's possible we'll see that Flingza hang back a bit and get some missiles going. Inkslingers take early possession. First cooler out, but that is not a great spot for it. You can see members of the criminals jumping out in order to try and get it. We have a crab out from the criminals. Those were not Emperies, those were vanilla Splat dualies, my bad. Inkslingers maintaining control of that zone. Criminals managed to cap it, putting Inkslingers in penalty. Current score is 98 to 55. The Inkslingers don't have the range to contest that pencil, though. Inkslingers back in control. We could be seeing a Reef Slider. There's the Reef Slider! Only to get punished, as is the fate of all Reef Sliders. But we see a Wavebreaker kill. That doesn't happen every day. Criminals managed to take back control. Current score is 47 to 88. Looks like Inkslingers are doing a good job of keeping them in check. That is a belated wipe as dualies are forced to walk in. Penalty's gone. Inkslingers are gaining points again. $88 to 32. Reef Slider cap zone! The criminals are 2 down, but they had cooler, looks like. That penalty is just ticking. If Aerospray can keep zone capped, LDE is now in effect. Criminals managed to take zone back. But they go 2 down. Make that 3 down. Less than 2 minutes left in the game, and Inkslingers only have 25 count after their penalty. Let's see if the criminals can pull off a comeback. Zone is oddly contested, but that is a KO for the Inkslingers. Quite a bit of back and forth, but it looks like the range difference was made up for with sheer aggression. Splat Zones goes to the Inkslingers. Oh, that KO completely covers their logo. Whoops. It's fine. It's not fine. I need to fix it. Here, I'll just do this. There we go. Looks like we are seeing a substitution from the Inkslingers as we move into Tower Control Marlin Airport. So how do we feel about Marlin Airport in general, now that the mid-season patch has happened? I still think the zone is a little on the small side, but overall it isn't that bad of a map. It's been a while since I've played on HOV, so I can't really say which one is better. Alright, looks like both teams are getting ready. Meanwhile, I want a sprinkler kill. Yeah. I do think it's very fun that Reef Slater can grab Cooler. Because, like, you know you're gonna die afterwards, so you might as well have your drink. Alright, it's battle time. Tower Control Marlin Airport. Get called on with Reaper, yes. We have a pencil, we have an order brush, we have an order slosher, and we have an order shot versus a Flingza, a Neo Splash, that Arrow Spray, and that Range Blaster. Inkslingers still opting against Cooler in favor of missiles. That brush ensures a wipeout in favor of the criminals. The criminals are coolered up as the Sniper Rider is riding that tower past checkpoint 1. Ooh, an unfortunate Zipcaster death. Inkslingers are 3 down. There's another wipeout. Meanwhile, the criminals have not gotten off that tower. Checkpoint 2 is gone. Criminals have 2 go down as the pencil's forced off tower by that Reef Slider. That's checkpoint 3 broken. Seeing what looks like some latency shenanigans. We'll see if someone wants to replay that one. But if not, then that is a KO for the criminals. It's possible that that ink just was from a bomb that was there, but hidden by Tower Pillar. Tower Control goes to the criminals. So far, it's looking like this is a very even set. And it looks like we are just moving on. It is time for Rainmaker Crab Leg Capital. I like this map But also, I hate this map. Like, this map is a gatekeeper. There's also the map where I wound up, I think, rando queuing with Agent V. Well, against Agent V. And, yeah, her team destroyed me. I forget if that was an S plus attempt, or if that was getting into S. I think it was getting into S. Oh, looks like we have Mochi coming in. Yeah, Rainmaker Crableg with a coordinated team is actually really good. In solo queue, your mileage may vary. But, like, I guess that's true of most things solo queue. Your mileage certainly varies. Your rank also doesn't absolutely determine your skill. I should know, considering I was unranked when I first started in PSL. I hadn't even progressed enough to unlock the League battle mode in Splatoon 2 when I first joined Planet Firefin. But enough about me, let's get to this match. Rainmaker, Crableg Cap. We have a Snipe Rider, some dualies, a Sloshing Machine, and an Order Shot versus a Foil Flingza, a T-Tech, a new Squiffer, so that's with Zipcaster, and a Squeezer. Early possession seems to favor Inkslingers, but the Criminals managed to get a KO. Lead swaps to the Criminals as they attempt to... They feinted on left and instead went for right check. Meanwhile, there are specials flying from both sides. Trizuka manages to get a pick. That was a 2-for-1 deal. Inkslingers get the pop. But the Criminals are not letting them grab that Rainmaker. criminals appear to be going from left check all the way up toward goal. But they're stuck. Inkslingers make a little bit of progress, but that Zipcaster is getting camped. But they managed to escape just in time. Criminals popped Maker. But the Squiffer goes down to a Trizuka. Those strikes are keeping criminals from progressing much further. They have to hold lead. Or, excuse me, yes, they have lead. They have to hold it for 2 minutes. I can read the UI, I promise. 2 down on both sides. Inkslingers get the pop. Zipcaster's out from Mochi. Ooh, but Inkslingers gets wiped. Grab out from the criminals. But unfortunately it goes down to the squeezer. Criminals managed to get the Rainmaker down to 11. Looks like they are keeping it until it resets naturally. Never mind. Flingsa picks up the Rainmaker. They're going towards left check. The machine is there. The machine is dead. But so is the Rainmaker. I'm going to use Zipcaster to pop the Rainmaker. But 2 down on the side of Inkslingers. Criminals have possession. And only 30 seconds until they win the game. Well, there were too many bombs there for the Rainmaker to survive. Inkslingers have to pop that Rainmaker. They manage it. They've got a screen up. That Booyah Bomb might stop them from going to check. Never mind. Forcing them to push up. Inkslingers get check. Criminals are 3 down. But that Sniper Rider is still going to be causing problems. And that is game. The Criminals managed to take it, but Inkslingers do get an overtime point. No fist bumps, but 4 dabs. Rainmaker, in overtime, goes to the criminals. Why is the overtime small? What happened to my layout? This set is still undecided, as Turf War has not been played. If the criminals win in Clam Blitz, then they will take this set for sure. But Inkslingers aren't out of the game just yet. It's time for some Clam Blitz on Robo Ramen. I'm not as familiar with Clam Blitz on Robo Ramen, actually. I've definitely seen Ramen Zones plenty of times. Looks like the teams are readying up. Clam Blitz Robo Ramen. Let's see what the teams have done. Very little change, if any, on the side of the criminals. Meanwhile, the Inkslingers still have that foil Flingza, but they've now got a Junior, a Tri-Nouveau, and a 96 Deco. Unfortunately, that 96 Deco is not going to get as much mileage out of its Kraken as it would have pre-patch. That doesn't make the 96 any less dangerous, though they are down at the moment. 2 down on the side of Inkslingers, 2 down on the side of the criminals. Make that 3 down on the side of the Inkslingers. Current clam economy is close, but favors Inkslingers. Inkslingers have the first power clam. There's a Kraken. The screen comes out, but unfortunately the clam carrier is dead. 2 down on the side of Inkslingers, as that clam goes to the void. But not to worry, Inkslingers have another one. We're seeing a Zipcaster from the criminals. Could be targeting that clam holder. Current clam econ is 8-7 in favor of Inkslingers. We have a bubble. Ooh, but that brush is able to pick 2. Looks like Inkslinger's clam is going to the void. Unless, no, it got picked up. Alright, clam economy is favoring the criminals, though. 14-8. With strikes coming out, we could see the first score. Almost keeping that clam in play. Neither team has scored yet, and it's been almost 3 minutes. Welcome to Clam Blitz. 2 down on the side of Inkslingers. Criminals might be going in for a push. Never mind, there's a Kraken and a screen. Inkslingers are keeping this push alive. They go for the score. We have some football. Like 3 minutes into the game, we see the first score. And unfortunately, they're just able to get the power clam in. No additional clams have been scored. Current counts are 100-80 with a 10-score penalty, or with a 10-score, penalty on Inkslingers. But they do manage to get a wipeout. They have Tacticooler out. Current clam economy is 14-1, 10-1, 3-1. That brush is busy picking off everyone holding clams on the Inkslingers. Apologies for that minor screen incident. Really, really wish it didn't affect spectators. Okay, screen's over for now. Apologies about that. Criminals attempting to make a push with that power clam. They've got 22 seconds. They managed to wipe out the Inkslingers. And there's the football going in, and they managed to take lead. They scored 2 power clams. But overtime has started. Inkslingers could still take this back. They don't have a lot of time. But the criminals aren't going to let them do it. That is another overtime point for the Inkslingers. But the game and the set goes to the criminals. Land Blitz goes to the criminals in overtime. Alright, and now it's time to end things with the worst map mode in this week's set. Who's ready for Turf War Hammerhead Bridge? We are seeing a substitution from the Inkslingers. My team has some history with Turf War Hammerhead Bridge. Last season, it was one of the few maps where we actually had a disconnect. Alright, enough of this fake cooler weapon. Let's get the real cooler weapon going. Yeah, now we're talking. Look at how fast this cooler builds up. I'm able to grab a second cooler before the first one even goes away. Who needs apples to paint well when you can just stack special charge? But of course, since you have beacons, you also want to stack sub power. Because otherwise your super chunks are just embarrassing. Looks like the teams are getting ready for some turf war. Beacons might be necessary, considering it's Hammerhead Bridge. This map is well prone to lockouts, seeing as it's basically just the line piece from Tetris. Let's see it. Turf War, Hammerhead Bridge. We have 4 end zaps from the Criminals. And an actual team comp from Inkslingers. We've got that foil flingza, we've got an ammo spray, we've got an E-liter, and we've got a reflux. Is that an E-liter with respawn punisher? It sure is! Mochi continuing to show that they do not have morals. It's an E-liter scope with respawn punisher in Turf War. But can it stand up to the chicken army? Two down on both teams. Looks like Inkslingers are pushing up into the Criminals' turf. Ooh, the Reef Slider gets cancelled. Almost in and out of danger here. Seeing some risky plays from this N-Zap. Gets found by 3 people, and the killing shot was from the E-liter scope. Ooh. E-liter unfortunately unable to handle the chicken army. Super chokes come out. At present, the map looks fairly even. The Criminals have managed to come back from danger. 1 minute left on the clock. There's still an area that hasn't been painted. Looks like Zonic is going there to charge for some missiles. Aerospray caught out in the bee's nest. We got a windbreaker out. Reef Slider coming into their base. 3 down on the side of Inkslingers, while the Criminals still have 3 people up. The orange guns are taking over the Inkslingers base. The chicken army is unstoppable. Inkslingers in danger. And that is game. The Inkslingers were in danger at the end there, so that game goes to the Criminals. 11-5 is your set. And no fist bumps. You hate to see it. Turf war goes to the criminals! Alright, folks. That does it for this set. As for my next match, I am going to say Technical Difficulties versus Courageous Boomers or Vengeance on Sunday. However, you might also hear me on Inkslingers versus Brett Meekin on Thursday. Until then, thank you all so much for watching, and keep it tuned to the PSF.